Joining us live from New Hampshire this morning is Republican presidential candidate Tim Pawlenty. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Good morning. Happy to be with you.
I watched the debate last night, and then I was reading a lot of the articles and reaction this morning, and a lot of people are wondering why you didn't take the chance to give some hard-hitting criticism of Mitt Romney's health care reform last night when you were with him on stage.
Well, there was a question asked by the audience from Sylvia that I was trying to respond to, and then when John asked about the Obamacare reference, I repeated what I did say on the Sunday morning show, which is President Obama was the one who indicated he used the Massachusetts health care plan as the blueprint for Obamacare. So it was restated just essentially the same way as I said it on Sunday morning.
Did you miss an opportunity, though, to more strongly differentiate how you feel about not only the health care bill, but the Massachusetts bill, the Massachusetts law as well?
Well, again, the debate was focused primarily on Barack Obama and his failure as a president. We've got high levels of unemployment, $4 a gallon gas, a federal government that's out of control. There's going to be some differences between the Republican candidates, but the focus last night was on Barack Obama. And I did, again, highlight that President Obama himself is the one who said that the Obamacare was designed after the Massachusetts health care plan.
All right, so bottom line is you and Mitt Romney are going to be competitors, at least if either one of you are going to get a shot at challenging the president. Why are your ideas about what to do with our health care crisis, which we do have, better than Mitt Romney's?
Well, I think Obamacare is a top-down command and control system that has individual mandates. It has limited choices that government's going to regulate. It's going to tax more. We took a very different approach in Minnesota. We want health care reform, and we're really leading the nation in it. But it's more based on consumers and freedom and market choices and letting people decide what's best for them and their families rather than the government.
Is it unrealistic, though, to think that what works at the state level can work nationwide?
Well, what we know works for sure, not just at states, but nationwide, is markets. And when people are given the freedom to choose what's best for them and their families, and having accountability not just for volumes of procedures performed, but paying providers for value and for results, those are the kinds of reforms we did in Minnesota. They work and they deliver good results. It's very different than Obamacare. It's very different than having mandates and government takeovers. We did it the other way.
They had a National Journal Political Insider poll last night, and they chose Romney as the winner of the debate, and they chose you as, quote, the biggest loser. Why do you think that that some of these Republicans are panning your performance? 26% say that you were the biggest loser in the debate.
Well, I think I saw a poll on your station last night that had me in the top 3 or 4 of some National Journal experts or the like. But nonetheless, I think people may have been expecting an attack on Mitt Romney, and I just repeated what I said on the Sunday show. And tried to focus on President Obama.
I also want to ask you a question. You put out a very interesting article about what your economic plan would be for getting us out of our high unemployment, getting us out of the economic troubles we've been in. And a Bloomberg op-ed called your tax plan, at least, quote, magical thinking, saying that your plan to cut taxes on business and investment and high earners that would then lead to 5% growth every year for a decade is something that neither the Reagan boom nor the Clinton boom could achieve. Can you give me some more detail on how that would actually happen?
Sure, and respected economists like John Taylor at Stanford. By the way, Steve Forbes wrote yesterday that my plan actually would work and 5% growth is achievable, but it starts with this premise. What we're doing now isn't working. President Obama's got the country on the wrong track. Millions of Americans are hurting and are underemployed or unemployed, and we need to try something positive and optimistic about job growth in this country. And that plan, my plan lays it out, and I'm the only one in the race with a plan, and I presented that last night. But it includes massive tax cuts to try to stimulate the economy. It includes reducing spending, but also regulatory reform, permitting reform, energy reform, health care reform. And if you do those things and shrink government, we'll grow the private economy and grow jobs in this country.
The question was asked, but I will ask you again because I know that there were 6 other people on the stage with you last night. Why didn't that work in the Bush era then? I mean, with the massive tax cuts, that obviously didn't lead to job growth, or we wouldn't be at 9.1% unemployment right now.
Well, if you look back at the history of tax cuts under John Kennedy, under Reagan, under President Bush II, if you just isolate on the effects of those tax cuts, they do grow government revenues and they do stimulate the economy. But you got to also look at what else happened during those eras. We're not proposing to also raise government spending. We want to reduce government spending and reform government in a more pro-jobs, more pro-growth direction. And if you do that, you'll have a better result. And the folks who've looked at my plan, like I said, John Taylor, Steve Forbes, these are credible, seasoned people. They said not only is it going to work, but it's necessary to get the country out of the doldrums that President Obama has us in.
All right, well, it was great to talk to you this morning. Tim Pawlenty, presidential candidate 2012, as well as a former Minnesota governor. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good conversation.